Hello students, welcome to our class and start our learning with Let's Learn. And our today's topic, rainbow production from the chapter number 6, refraction of light. So just move on our today's topic. Our question is, prove that a rainbow is combined effects of the refraction, dispersion and total internal reflection. So student, the rainbow appears in the sky after rainfall, and water droplets present, this is just observe this picture, this is a water droplet, and the water droplet present in the atmosphere that acts as a small prism, and obviously if this is a water droplet, then inside the water droplet there is the medium of water medium, and outside the droplet the air medium is present. It's clear? When this light ray enters this water droplet, then this light ray gets refracted and dispersed. Dispersed means, I explained in the lecture of dispersion of light. When the light ray divides into the components of this light, that means into the 7 colors from red to violet. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. These 7 colors. So when the light ray here, this light ray gets refracted and dispersed. Refracted as well as dispersed, and this dispersed light gets totally reflected from this surface. This is, you can see here, this light totally reflected from inside surface of this droplet. Understand? And then while coming out of this droplet, as a combined effect of these phenomena, the 7 colors of the rainbow is observed. Again I repeat it. Here this is a droplet, and inside the droplet there is a water medium, and when the light rays enters from the rarer medium, this is the air medium, that is rarer than the water medium. When the light rays enters from the rarer to denser medium, then according to the law of refraction of light, the light ray bends towards the normal. That's why this light bent down, just slightly bent down. Here the refraction as well as dispersion occurs. Because of lack of the space, I draw only 2 colors of this light, but here inside between these 2 colors there are 5 colors also. Red, this is a light ray of red color, and this is for violet color. Understand? So red, then orange, then yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. And here total internal reflection will occur, and this light ray reflected from the surface of the droplet. This light ray reflected from the surface of the droplet. Again here, when light rays comes outside from the droplet, that means from the water medium to air medium, then light ray goes away from the normal, and this light ray go outside of this droplet. And we can see here, this is the ray of red color, and this is a violet color, and in between there are 5 more colors. Understand? So in this way we can see the 7 colored rainbow: red, then orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. Understood, student? Then next question is, if an angle of incidence, that is denoted by I, and the angle of emergence of the light ray falling on the glass slab are I and E respectively, then prove that I equals to E. That means this is a glass slab. Glass slab means the medium of glass. This is a medium of glass medium. This is a glass medium. When light ray, and this is a rectangular piece of glass, when light ray enters, here I draw just a normal. When light ray enter from the on the surface of this glass slab. Then this is the angle of incident, and that is denoted by I. And when light ray enters from air medium to glass medium, rarer medium to denser medium, then obviously it bends down towards the normal and just bend down and falls on this surface. I draw the second normal here. When again light ray, here this is a glass medium, this is a air medium. When this light ray falls on this point, and this light ray refracted on the air medium and bends away from the normal. So in this case, this is the angle of refraction R. Again this is equals to R, and this angle is denoted by E, and this is a emerged angle. Understand? Emergence angle, E. It's clear. So we have to prove I equals to E. I equals to E. So let's prove. Just observe this picture. Student, let's consider this is the glass slab named A, B, C and D. This is a glass slab, and that means inside this glass slab the medium is glass, and outside of the glass slab the medium is air medium. So when this light ray enters on this glass slab, that means enters from the air medium to glass medium, then the light ray bend towards the normal. Normal is MN. This MN is a normal. So light ray bend down towards the normal, and this angle formed I is a incident angle. Clear? Then again, when light ray falls on this point F, then light ray refracted again, and this light ray enters from glass to air medium. So this light ray bends away from the normal, and this angle formed, that is E, is called the emergence angle. So we have to prove this I, angle of incidence, this I is equals to I, E. I equals to E. It's clear? So we know that in this figure, you know, I is the angle of incident, R is the angle of refraction, R is the angle of refraction, and E is the angle of emergence. And again one thing, this R and this R, both angles are R, and R are equal, because when two parallel line and one is a transversal, then this angles becomes equal. Okay, so here using the Snell law, we know the refractive index. Here the refractive index of the second medium with respect to air or first medium. Let's consider air is a first medium and glass is a second medium. So refractive index of glass with respect to air is equals to sin I upon sin R. Here first angle, refractive index of glass with respect to air. This is denoted by 1 and 2, or air and glass. If we consider A for air, G for glass, is equals to sin I upon sin R. Sin I upon sin R, because this is sin I upon, this is angle of refraction, this is sin R. We know this Snell's law. Give this equation as number 1. Then again at this point F, at this point when the light ray enters from the glass medium to air medium, then refractive index of this air medium with respect to glass medium, that means GA is equals to first angle, angle R. So sin R upon this angle is this angle of refraction. In this case, for this side, for this surface, the angle of incidence is this, and angle of refraction is this. So using the Snell law, sin R upon sin E. Understand, student? In this first surface, in this first side, angle of incidence is I, angle of refraction is R. But in this side, in this surface, the angle of incidence is this R, and angle of refraction is E. It's clear? So A and G equals to sin I upon sin R, and G and A equals to sin R upon sin E. It's clear? and this is your equation number 2. But we know air and glass is equals to 1 upon glass and air. It's clear. This is opposite. A and G is equals to 1 upon G and A. That means what is the value of air and glass? Refractive index of glass with respect to air is, from the equation number 1, sin I upon sin R is equals to 1. So 1 upon the value of this from equation number 2, sin R upon sin E. So write down here sin R upon sin E. Then solve it. So sin I upon sin R equals to sin E upon sin R. This change. So here sin E is on denominator and sin R. Sorry, sin E is on numerator and sin R is on denominator. It's clear? Then next, sin I upon sin R equals to sin E upon sin R. Then sin R cancels. Both denominators are equal. So we have sin I upon sin R. That means the angle of I, that means this angle of I is equals to this angle of E. Again, I draw the big diagram for better understanding. This is a glass slab. Normal, when light ray enters on this glass slab, this is angle I. Bend down towards the normal. This angle is R. This angle is also equals to R. When the glass light ray enters from the glass medium to air medium, it's bent away the normal and this angle is equals to E. So we proved the I equals to E. Because for the first surface, angle of incident is I, angle of refraction is R. And according to Snell's law, refractive index of, this is air medium. And okay, so refractive index of air, glass medium to air medium is equals to sin I upon sin R. So I write sin I upon sin R. This is equation number 1. And again, for this surface, the angle of incidence is R and angle of refraction is E. So sin R upon sin E is equals to refractive index of A with respect to refractive index of G. So just compare A and G is equals to 1 upon G and A. We have put all the values, these both values, and solve the equation, and we got this angle I is equals to angle E. Hence, for the refraction of the light through a glass slab, angle of incidence, that is I, is equals to angle of emergence, that is denoted by small e. It's clear, student? I hope you understood. If you have any doubt, you can comment, you can message. So use the Google Classroom to get homework, notes and solutions. In the next lecture, we'll start our next topic, that is chapter number 7, lens. Till the time, goodbye.